Hi, and welcome to day 2 of the 5-day Makeover Challenge. Today, we're going to be focusing on what area of your life do you need to work on? Where do you want your changeover? Of course, we're going through a global crisis right now, and maybe it has already brought up some things for you, some things that maybe you want to change. Like maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you've been running around too much. Maybe you want to have more time for more love or more appreciation, more spirituality in your life. Our focus today is to help you to bring up the most pressing issue in your life right now so that you can get that makeover. And to do that, I've invited one of our participants to help us. Please welcome Michelle. Michelle, thank you for joining us. I would like you to start by taking deep, slow, relaxing breaths, breathing in with your nose and exhaling with your mouth.
Breathing in through the soles of your feet and exhaling out all the way down, deep into the earth. Really feeling yourself nice and grounded. As you breathe in, breathing in the strength, the support, and vitality of the earth. And as you breathe out, letting go of any tension, any worries, any concerns. Nice, deep, slow breaths. Any tension, any concerns, just let them slip out through the soles of your feet, like water off of your body, just slipping into the ground and being transformed. And as you breathe in, bringing in again the energy of earth and bringing it up into your heart area so that you really feel that safety and security. And with each exhale, noticing that you are relaxing just a little bit more. Relaxing your shoulders, your chest, your solar plexus, your hips, your legs. And this time, what I would like you to do is to breathe in and exhale out through the top of your head. Imagining that breath going up through your head and out through the top and reaching out like a tree, branching out and reaching up into the sky, connecting with the sun and the moon and all the planets. And then further out and all the stars. And even further out to all the galaxies. And as you inhale, I want you to bring in the voice of the universe, the guidance of spirit, wisdom, celestial guidance, bringing it all the way back down through the top of your head and bringing it back down into your heart, connecting with the energy of the earth, forming a circuit in which you are circulating the energy of earth up into the heavens and the heavens coming back down so that you're completely safe and supported and held. And now I'm going to ask you to think about the following words. And I want you to think how you feel when I say these words and to assign a number from 1 to 5. And 1 would be that you need to really work on this issue. And 5 would be, you're okay. So starting with and you don't have to tell me yet, I want you to just pay attention to your feelings. So I want you to go into your heart and feel your heart and feel your response to the word love. And just breathe in and let your feeling determine the number that you would assign to this area of your life, love. And when you have a number, just go ahead and lift one finger up and let me know that you're ready to go to the next one. Okay. So the next one is purpose or mission. And just feel into that word. Feel into your heart. And when you have a number for that, again, lift your finger up. All right, great. And so going to the very next one, the word money. And feel deep into your heart. And when you have a number, lift up your finger. And then finally, the word health. Going deep inside, noticing what comes up for you. Okay, so I want you to take a few more breaths and come back into the present, into the moment, and we're going to discuss your rankings and what you need to work on. All right, so what did you notice? What were your, what is the lowest numbered item of those 4 areas?
Honestly, I got distracted because there was an alarm going off, so I don't know which numbers, I heard you say 1 through 5, but then I didn't know which one was the 1 and which one was the 5. So I just let my body determine.
And what
So
did
I
your body?
still got totally different numbers, but I didn't know what the 1 was going to represent and what the 5 was going to represent. So I really went with my heart.
Great. Well, that's what we want. We want that. That's fine. Okay. So what does your heart say? What is the area or issue that is most important to you right now?
I think health
Okay.
and love
Health
are
and
the
love.
are the 2 most important ones that, like, I need more support around those.
Okay. Health and love. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go a little bit deeper and see which one you're going to work on in this challenge.
Okay.
So in terms of love, what's the most important thing you need to change?
I think, first of all, to have a better sense of community. I mean, I know with what we're going through now, we can't socialize, but even before all this happened, I was spending a lot of time alone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So having more than just 1 or 2 friends that are further away that I don't get to see regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And in particular, I'd love to have a relationship. I haven't been in a romantic relationship in a long time. I mean, I've dated here and there, but nothing.
Right.
The last time I was in love was like 6 years ago.
Right. And so you would really like to have a relationship. And what do you feel is you need to do to create that makeover, to create the change in your life? What do you think is the most important thing for you to do at this point to create that makeover? Do you have any idea?
Partly to gain more confidence.
Okay, good. To gain more confidence, great.
Yeah. I've always lacked confidence, and I think I end up attracting the wrong people because of that. And
Right.
so then it makes me look like I'm always trying to prove my value or prove myself.
Yes.
And so then that ends up making me look needy or
Yes.
insecure because I was insecure.
Right, right. Yeah, that's great. So we're going to definitely be looking at the issues that come up. So here's another question I have on that. If you look at the sheet, it talks about when the issue comes up, what's your response to it? And I mentioned fight, flee, or freeze. These are classic, fundamental physiological responses that we have to something that really scares us. Which would you
Yeah.
say is your response when it comes to love?
Well, I kind of go with all of them a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
mostly the freeze. I would say
Mm-hmm.
I've become almost immobile, and then I do a lot of daydreaming.
Mm-hmm. So, in other words, what you need to do is to change that pattern in order to actually take action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see how we're doing on time. Maybe we will go ahead and talk a little bit about health. So, what do you want in terms of health? Why is that an issue? That issue important to you?
Um, I've been having menopausal. I'm in menopause already, like for 3 years. But I've had premenopausal symptoms for probably 6 years. So lots of hot flashes and not being able to sleep at night and waking up all the time with the hot flashes or just whatever. So, and irritability from that. Um, I'm supposed to probably exercise more, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the energy. So it's almost a vicious circle of I should
Mm-hmm.
exercise to be able to manage the symptoms a little bit better, but then I don't have the energy to exercise, and it goes back and forth.
And what do you think is your response to this, of the fight, flee, freeze? Which one do you think?
Well, I'm laughing because this came up a couple of times, and it's almost like a blanket over everything in my life. It's for me, it's all or nothing. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see that, oh, I could just walk around the block and then maybe in 2 or 3 days I'll feel like walking a little further than just around the block.
Right.
Like for me, it's like I have to be able to go to the gym and do a 1 hour class and do this and do that. And it just, I end up getting so overwhelmed. And I do the same thing with love. It's like I have to have everything, like all my ducks in a row.
Right.
I, before I can even start dating or before I can even think about being in a relationship, I have to have all this stuff figured out. So, and I do that in all areas of my life. So being able to not have it be all or nothing.
Yes. And this is great because this is how you stay frozen. Is that you
Yeah.
imagine all the things that you have to do first, and that keeps you stuck, so that you can't move forward at all. It just keeps you stuck. So that's really an awesome realization.
So, what do you need to work on right now? Have you figured out what your most pressing challenge is? I invite you to do the exercise that I did with Michelle. Check in. This is about checking in with your heart, not with your head. And certainly the stuff that's been going around on in our universe right now can help you to be more alert as to the things that are not working. See what is the most pressing. Now, maybe you, like Michelle, came up with 2 different pressing issues. I invite you to take the most difficult. For example, with Michelle, I invite her to work on love because I see that as the more difficult area. But in some ways, it doesn't really matter because whatever you choose, your barriers are going to show up. And that's what we're going to work on in day 3, is what are the blocks or barriers to you moving forward and getting the makeover that you want. I understand that doing this self-examination is a challenge. It's uncomfortable, and we want to avoid it. This is an opportunity. The universe is conspiring to give you the time and space to remove the distractions so that you can actually do this. Now, if your issue is like Michelle's, that you maybe want more love in your life, I want to point out to you that you need to go deep. It is not enough to do self-love, to do exercises or energy healing. to get the results, you actually need to step into the arena and work with another person. You need to find out where your limits and your barriers are by being involved with another person. And it probably is true for any of the areas that you can and you may need to do some inner work, but in order to do that inner work, you actually need to interact with other people. You need to bring that man into your life or woman into your life and see where you are holding back. You need to step into your purpose to see where your resistance is. Tomorrow, we're going to be going more into what those blocks and barriers are. For now, go ahead, finish out the checklist, show up with your questions at the Facebook Live, and be brilliant. Bye for now.